Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to Lesson in Everyday Podcast. It's your host, LA. I hope you guys are having a pleasant day, afternoon, maybe it's morning where you are. Of course, I'm not the US or the United States, so I am in a whole nother country and it is evening my time. So I decided to do this podcast because there are many lessons I learned today within just one day. Many, okay? So I want to title this podcast, The Medicine and Vibes of Laughter. Please go and visit my blog, blueteabutterfly.wordpress.com to get the full story and to actually see the image of the story that I share with you today. So let's get right into it. So today, first of all, let me say I started my day off, my work day, having conversations with trusted friends, talking my thoughts out. Because there are many thoughts that I've been sitting with and I needed to share. I needed to talk them out to get where I need to be and to help me to see the perspective, my perspective, and to have a broader perspective on just things in my personal life and just my journey, right? And so with all that being said, it's been a day, it's been a day. I tried to joke here and there during the duty hours. It's been a day. That's all I'm going to say. It's been a day. So without going into so many details. But I had a couple of hours in the office alone. So one of the opportunities I had was to be able to sit with my thoughts alone and to sit with self, get a chance to meditate. I got a chance to actually look into and read and study. I would say read and study some scriptures that really speaks to what I am experiencing right now. And not only just what I'm experiencing, but scriptures I need for spiritual warfare. Because I notice and recognize that I'm on a battlefield. And this battlefield, let me tell y'all, stomp in the ground. Satan cannot have what is mine. That's right. He can't. So I had to wake up. And recognize and realize that I am in spiritual warfare. And with that being said, I had to wake up, reclaim what's mine, and not only just reclaim what's mine, but I had to actually look in the mirror, all right, not a real mirror, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, all of that. I had to really look at self, talk with self, and really talk with God and just meditate and just allow my spirit to be my spiritual cup to be refilled. And I had to remind myself who I am, who God says I am. And I listened to Todd, I hope I say his name right, Dulaney, Free Worshiper. And I just listened to this song on repeat. And it's me reminding myself that I am free. And thank God I am free, right? And I have to reclaim my freedom. I have to remember that I'm free. And these things that I'm battling mentally, emotionally, everything, this is an attack, a spiritual attack that I must be aware of. And I had to come to realization that it's time not to just sit and be sitting, right? And not to just be venting. No. That ain't gonna help. But to actually find my way back to my guidance, to biblical scriptures, to some real, real weapons to be able to fight back within this battlefield mentally. So you're probably wondering, how am I getting to, or where is this story going, and how does it lead to the topic, the medicine and vibes of laughter? I will tell you. So continuing on my day, okay, I got that portion out the way. I got to a place where I was like, you know, I'm in a better spot, a better space, right? I'm in a better headspace. And it took sitting and realizing, you know what? Hey, I got to get out of this. I've been in this too long. I've been stuck too long. It's time to come out of this. It's time to recognize the game. Okay. Because one thing I know is the enemy will try to play these mind games. And I've been stuck too long. I will tell you guys, I have really been stuck too long, and it's time to come out. And so today was my day to reclaim what's mine and to fight back. And it's just the beginning. So carrying on with my day, after having all this, time alone and being able to find my way back and to just have an awakening, right? Have that moment with self and come to realization. I was asked by my friend / coworker, I was asked to go on a small field trip. So what our field trip was or is / yeah, that's how I'm gonna word it. Basically, it was to be able to go to our other facilities. I'm stumbling over my words, so y'all bear with me. To go over to other facilities that we have in order to get some necessary items that we needed for our office. Okay, we were on a mission. We get there. Of course, I drove. Today was my driving day, so I drove. And mind you, so I have 2 keys to my vehicle. I'm not sure if I shared this already, but I have 2 keys to my vehicle. I have a spare key, which doesn't have a remote, and then I have 1 key that has a remote. Now, mind you guys, I live in Japan right now, and so the vehicles and the car fobs or key fobs or remotes are old because I don't have a new car, right? I don't have a new car. Just because of where I live, it's so humid and the humidity makes things rust, so on. So, follow me. So I have the other key that has the remote. Now, the key with the remote is missing a screw. It was not always missing a screw, you guys. When I got the car, there was a screw in there, but it was kind of loose and kind of like jiggly already. But I took care of it, and I needed a battery replaced. So I went to the dealership, got the battery replaced, and apparently while they were trying to replace it, they were having problems unscrewing it. And so they said the screw is kind of stripped. So if you try to unscrew it any other time, it's going to probably not go back in. Well, I never touched it. I never tried to unscrew it or anything like that since they replaced the battery in the remote. But apparently, between that time and nowadays, the screw dropped out. It was missing. So I noticed that my silver part, the key that goes into the ignition switch, it fell out. It fell out today. Okay, it fell out twice. So the first time I was in office by myself, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I gotta be more careful. Can't believe it. I was missing my key. Oh my goodness. Okay." Second time was after field trip with my coworker. We returned. It's the end of the day. It's time to go home. I was like, oh my gosh, where's my key? So I was missing my whole key, the remote, everything. And she was like, oh, it's on the desk. And I was like, okay, cool. So I went and got it. Mind you, I think because it was the end of the day, I was ready to go to the car. And you know how you're just carrying on with your keys? You're not slinging it, but you just have it and you're not as careful. So I wasn't as careful knowing what happened earlier. So I'm trying to hurry up with the story. So we get outside. I left my trunk open. And so I wanted to take things. We moved stuff around from the facilities to the office. So I moved some things around in my car. And I moved some bags particularly. Or being specific. And I moved 2 bags back to this other bag, like I placed it within this other bag, and then I put a larger bag back in my trunk. And so somehow in between moving those bags, the actual silver key part to crank the car actually came out of the remote again. So when I was getting ready to crank my car, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have my key. My key is missing. So I'm laughing because, you guys, you have to be there to have the laugh that I had today and ended my day. You had to be there. We went and searched the building about 5 times. I had a third person helping me, my other coworker. And so we're searching, and then we decided, you know what? I have a spare key at the house. Maybe someone can take me to my house, get the spare key. I'll be able to crank this car, and, I'll deal with the lost key later. But I could not settle with it, y'all. I could not, because I was like, oh my gosh, one day I'm going to have to resell this car, and I want to be able to have 2 keys. This is unfortunate. So I searched again, and I went to the car and I searched again because my coworker was like, well, maybe it's in your car. It has to be in your car. Where else could it be? Because the only way we could have gotten back to our office is with the key, right? So I searched and I said, you know what? I'm going to look for this. It's kind of like a magnet little stick where you can kind of like pick up anything that's, I don't know what you call it, but it's a magnet pickup little stick. So I was looking for that in my extra bags. I was looking, and as I was looking through those bags, because I've already searched under the car, I've searched the grass, I've searched by the wheels, I searched under the mats, everything, I couldn't find it. So as I was searching for this within the bags, surely I felt something. And what was it? It was my key. It was really my key, y'all. It was my key. And y'all gonna hear my southern accent come out, right? Okay. So I laughed, you guys, today. This moment had me laughing. I was laughing so hard, like I was cracking up. And I blew my horn because my coworker went back into the building to look again. And I laughed, and she came out, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have the key. And it's just like, where was it? I was like, it dropped in one of the bags. Somehow, when I was moving bags around, it dropped in one of the bags. And for some odd reason, I searched those bags, and I didn't find them at the beginning when I first looked for them. But we laughed so hard. Because, you guys, it wasn't to be upset. It wasn't, oh my gosh, we wasted time when we stayed longer. It was worth it. If you ever had a good laugh and you haven't laughed in so long, laughter is necessary. I'm talking about, I felt so good. I needed that laugh. Like, I really literally needed that laugh, you guys. It was medicine to my soul. It was medicine that I needed today, okay? Especially after going through the season I've been going through and the ups and downs. My friend, she has really been there to hear me out and to bear with me when I'm up. Then I go back down another day. Like, she's been here with this roller coaster, and it's like, oh my God, to be able to laugh though, y'all, was the best part of the day and the best way to end our day. We laughed, we cracked up. And one thing I remember her saying is that, like, this was the type of vibes to end the day with, right? Like, nobody was upset. Like, we was just like really trying to search for this, doing all that looking. And if you would have saw us searching the grass, like, she even threw a key down and was like, so if we were looking for this key is supposed to look like this, right? We should be able to see it in the grass like this. And so it was just a whole hilarious moment. It was very humorous. It was necessary. It was funny. And I am encouraging you guys, like, to appreciate the moments like this, okay? Because I am appreciative in appreciating the moments of laughter, the moments when you can laugh, really have a really good laugh. I'm talking about laugh where it's unexplainable. Even if you guys are tired and you're laughing because you're tired, like, that is still necessary and needed. You'll sleep good afterwards. Trust me, I know it. Because I've had that before too. But it was funny. But I will say, the last words she left me was, please do not come to work with that bootleg key. Like, don't come tomorrow with that bootleg key. Like, bring your spare key and just use your spare key. Now, me, I like to use my remote now because, I want my doors unlocked before I get there. But now I'm going to have to find a screw to go in there that will fit to hold it. But I also need to be careful and mindful, right? Because I don't really want to lose that key if I'm out and about. Gratefully, it was in the car, right? Somewhere that I could easily find it and locate it. Well, it wasn't that easy, but still. So all in all, this was one of the last lessons of the day to share with you guys. But I also thought it was really great energy and vibes to share with you guys because I honestly had a moment. And my laughter today was unexplainable, but it was also necessary. It was needed, and the vibes was so great. Like it was necessary. Sometimes you need a really good laughter. I'm talking about really those unexpected moments. And they don't often happen every day, right? There is not an everyday moment and you can't plan it. Like it just happens. And this was one of those moments where it just happened. And I appreciate it. And I appreciate my friend for experiencing this with me and being in the moment with it. And I just want to say, you guys, make sure that you enjoy your moments. Like appreciate the moments like this, appreciate them, hold on to them and embrace them because they don't come often, but when they do, they are needed. They are necessary. So this is what I wanted to share with you guys. So sorry I'm long-winded and sorry about all the ands, the up, and all that. Today was just not like, hey, let's do this properly. This podcast was to be, hey, listen, this is one of them days where I have many lessons. This is how the day started, and the best part is how it ended. And I love it, and I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in again. To see the key and to actually read the whole story, please follow and go and look at my blog, blueteabutterfly.wordpress.com. All right. Talk to you guys later. Have a fabulous, wonderful night, rest of your day, whatever time of the day it is for you. God bless.